How's it going, guys? My name is Gas, and with me is a very special guest, Joe Brogie, who is the voice of Sylvain José Gauthier. How would you introduce yourself, Joe?
How's it going, everybody? That was a great pronunciation.
This is going to be a really fun video. Joe and I reached out to each other after he jumped in one of my Black Eagles streams, and I wasn't sure if it was actually him, and it turns out it was him. He just dropped in to say hello, and that was really, really cool of him. And then I reached out to him over on Instagram, and I was like, hey, man, so I think it'd be really cool if like you and I maybe had an interview. And then I had the fun idea to really test his knowledge on how well he knows Sylvain. So we're going to start with an interview, and then after the interview is over, we're going to do a little trivia game where he's going to listen to some audio-only clips of one of Sylvain's pickup lines, and it's on him to guess who it is he's hitting on. So
I'm so nervous.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I can't get this wrong.
It's gonna be a fun time. I was reading some articles about you before, and there was an interview that you did with Voyage LA explaining your success story. And personally, I thought it was pretty inspiring. So not only do you voice act, but you're also a magician, which is very, very cool. Can you explain to me where your inspiration came from, where you came from, and how you ended up being successful in both of those fields?
Oh man, yeah. So I started like performing when I was really young, for sure. Like when I was in like second grade, I think. Like we wrote like what we wanted to be when we grow up, and I said I wanted to be an actor and a magician. So when I was like 8, I already like knew that that's what I wanted to do. I'm not sure exactly where I got like the magic bug and why I started doing that, but junior high I started really getting like obsessed with it. And then I started doing shows in high school, and then in college I was basically doing it full time, and then I did it full time before I got really into voice acting. I was a professional magician doing like private events all around, but that whole time, like since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with like mimicking voices and doing cartoon voices and that whole thing. And like in 2010, I think, is when I started just doing like local stuff. I'm from Nebraska originally, like super small town Nebraska, like nobody, like 5,000 people. You know, there wasn't much voice acting opportunities.
Yeah.
And in fact, I didn't really know, I guess, what voice acting was. I just knew that people did silly cartoon voices. And I started doing the research and learning about it and getting books on it, and started doing like local radio stuff. Yeah, after I moved to Omaha, which is like the big city of Nebraska. So I did like, all like the local restaurant commercials and industry reads, which if you don't know that term, it's just basically like, it's really boring things that aren't cool at all. Like I think I did a whole audiobook on how to be a successful manager at one
really?
point. Oh yeah, it was brutal. Brutal. I don't do well with like I'm not in the audiobook world at all. And especially if you're reading something that's like super monotonous and boring, it's like I've done those things. They're not very fun. So eventually I decided to move out to LA for voice acting, actually, more than magic. Mm-hmm. I took some classes. I flew out here and like made some demos and took some workshops, and like really fell in love with just the process of it. And the people that I got to work with in these workshops were super nice. And I met some great mentors and decided to make the move. Now I kind of somehow balance both worlds of, I still perform professionally around the world. Actually, I'm doing my first cruise, which will be interesting. I'm going to Costa Rica in a week and a half with a princess line. It's just kind of an experiment to see if I even want to do that world at all. But so yeah, I try to balance the two. Because most of my magic stuff is like nights and weekends, and then voice acting is during the day, normal work hours. So it works out for me.
So you're busy, like
pretty busy.
You're very busy, eh?
It just depends on if I'm like working on a video game or like something like that, then I'm going to be busy during the day and on the nights and weekends, which can be stressful. But sometimes if I'm not booked, then I'm just chilling. In voice acting, it's really like feast and famine. Sometimes you'll be really busy for a few months, and then sometimes you won't be busy, and you're like, where's all these auditions? What's going on? Is no one making anything right now? And it's like really scary. So it's an interesting world, because you can be employed, and then after the project's over, you're no longer employed. you know what I mean? And you wait for the next project. But it's so weird because on like Monday, I'll be like, man, I'm just not auditioning. Like, I just feel like I don't have any auditions. And then like Friday, I'm like swimming through all the stuff that I have to get in before the weekend's up. It's really interesting, man. It's a crazy world.
When I was reading an interview, you said you like kind of grew up around games and whatnot. So is there any specific console that you were like really into growing up?
Yeah, so I'm definitely a PlayStation guy for sure. That's what I had growing up. I did actually have a Nintendo 64 for a while, and I played like, what did I play on that? GoldenEye. I was a big GoldenEye fan, like, you know what I mean? And I would play that for hours. But when I started like really like appreciating like games and like the storylines and stuff, that was for sure on PlayStation. Like Metal Gear Solid was like a huge game for me. Tenku Stealth Assassin was another one, or Tenchu. I think it's Tenku. I'm not sure. If you've ever even heard of that game.
I have not.
It's a PlayStation game. It's like a ninja. It was like one of the first like ninja stealth type games. I was obsessed with both of those games for sure.
Is there any, outside of the games you've played growing up, is there any kind of franchise that you have like I wish I could, voice act in this franchise one day?
I don't know about like the franchise in general, but like the type of like acting that I want to do for voiceover is definitely like in the line of The Last of Us. Like I would love to be in a game like that. That's like full mocap, like full world. They're filming in like pretty complex scenes, like working with props and stuff. And I don't know if you've ever seen any of those like outtakes or of them shooting that video game, but it's really amazing. And I would love that. That's like my dream, is to like be in a game like that for sure.
Yeah, because when you voiced Donatello, you were in capture, correct?
It's true, that was mocap, but that was like in the vocal booth mocap, which was like really weird. So I'm just like, it's like regular VO. You're just in a small booth, but I'm wearing this like apparatus with the camera in front,
Yeah.
And I'm also having to like mind like where the microphone is and not like hit that. And then I've got a little monitor on the side that I can see my face like as I'm talking. It's bizarre. After like 5 minutes, you get used to it, but it's like, okay, am I gonna be able to like run these lines the same way that I would without this giant thing on my head? It worked out. Yeah, that was really cool. That honestly, if you said like a character that I could voice, like Ninja Turtles was on a bucket list for sure. Crossing that off was like, it still like kind of blows my mind, to be honest, that I got to do that. That was really, really, really cool.
Between the nerdy Donatello and the womanizing Sylvain, where's like this is the Joe gauge, so like where are we here?
I'd like to say that I'm smack dab in the middle. Actually, I'd like to say that I'm closer to Donatello, just because like I love Sylvain. Like he was a really, really fun character to voice.
Yeah,
but he's a big time jerk. Like when it comes to women, it's like, oh gosh, some of the things I had to read for, I was just like cringing inside, like this guy. But I'm definitely like super outgoing, so I would say maybe somewhere in the middle. And I'm a science nerd too. I was a bio major in college, so I've got like the Donatello isms, I guess, a little bit. I used to teach martial arts in college as well. So
oh wow,
it's like another passion of mine. So man, I don't know.
Can you explain the process behind booking Sylvain and how that whole how it started and how you realized, oh man, I'm actually going to be voicing a Fire Emblem character?
Yeah, so that just comes down to auditioning through the studio that recorded it, which is Cup of Tea Productions, and they are fantastic over there. And I remember very specifically auditioning for this because I didn't know what it was, first of all, and I remember doing horribly in the audition.
Oh, really?
I didn't bring my glasses, and I think I was reading Dimitri's lines, and I was just butchering it. Like I was flubbing my lines over and over. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I started like getting nervous and like, getting worked up because I like wasn't able to read the things. And then I don't really remember reading for Sylvain at all. I don't remember anything about seeing those sides because I was so worked up from the first one.
Yeah.
From reading for Dimitri. And then, a few weeks later, I get a call and said, oh, you've booked a character, and they use code names for everything.
Okay.
So any video game, it's highly, highly protected, and no matter what you're auditioning for, it's coded. Until you get it, then they will tell you what it is. But so they use like crazy code names for a lot of projects, in fact.
Oh, interesting.
So you didn't know what it was, and then I feel guilty saying this, but I didn't know a ton about Fire Emblem before I voiced for Sylvain. So I was kind of like new, introduced to the world during this process.
There's been so many people who, so yeah, don't feel guilty at all.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had heard of it from Smash Brothers, you know, and that's about it.
And you did voice a couple characters in Heroes, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I voiced Linus, the Mad Dog.
The Mad Dog. Three Houses has now gone public for like a month or so. Like, have you tried giving it a playthrough, or?
I have tried. I've gone to the store multiple times to buy. I just need to get it online because like sometimes I'll be like driving by like a Target or something, and I'll be like, oh, I should go get that. And one time they were out of it, and one time I was like, do I really want to buy a Switch today? Because I don't have a Switch. I will buy it and I will play it, and I will play it Blue Lions exclusively.
Nice,
of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you play a game that you voiced for and you hear yourself, does it like affect the experience in a negative way when maybe you know what they're gonna say, or maybe you kind of have the expectation of like where emotionally they'll go type thing? Because like, let's say you voice all these lines for Sylvain, and you kind of let's say we get into like the last conversation of a certain character. Do you think that would does that at all affect your perception of that character when you're kind of in like the player's seat?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think I can kind of compartmentalize it as a player, and then as like I'm always going to be judging myself, you know, when I'm listening back.
Okay.
Like, oh God, why did I really say it like that?
Really?
Or, like, why did they use that take? You know what I mean? I mean, not all the time. The funny thing is, like, I've watched a lot of clips of the scenes from Fire Emblem, and I honestly don't remember recording most of it because it was so much volume of lines, and it was so long ago that I think I even like tweeted about it when I first started watching. I'm like, I honestly don't remember recording any of this. So it's kind of funny. Like, I remember the first session I did. At the beginning, I thought that they were a lot more formal. Like, I thought the dialogue was a little bit more like, oh, dearest Ingrid, I must tell you. Like, I thought it was like all like going to be like that.
Yeah.
And like, I think I even read a line like at the beginning, like, you really are too hard on me. Like that, like it doesn't even sound like Sylvain talking, because I could tell that it was like my first session. Yeah. You know what I mean? With the character. And then later on, you figure out who they are, you know, as you're reading it, and you become more and more comfortable with that character. But as far as playing it, I think it's been long enough that I can appreciate it for the dialogue and what's going on, and not get too in my head about like, oh, well, that's me saying that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
I can compartmentalize it.
When you're having all this dialogue with the other cast members, is there any cast member that you might not have met before that you've really gotten along with? Or when you're in the booth, are you interacting with other actual real people? Or is it just like you have a bunch of lines, you say the lines, and you actually never see them?
You're never interacting. I never interacted with anyone. I never met anyone during the recording process. It was always me alone in the booth with Patrick Seeds, our director, who's amazing, by the way. Really funny. No, I didn't get him. I didn't know who else was in the game.
Really?
I think a lot of the time I was recording later in the process, so I got to hear like Dimitri's line, so I'd be able to play off of it.
Yeah.
And like hear his performance, and then kind of, which really helps, because then you like, it sets your tone. That's what's tough about not recording with somebody else, especially for when you're dubbing games. Dubbing games is, I think, the most challenging as far as acting goes, because you're given like time slots that you also have to get these words out in, and a lot of the time what you're reading is you're seeing it for the first time. Because these scripts are so secret, they're not giving these to you a week in advance. You're seeing it for the first time a lot of times, when like you're like, okay, so and then Patrick will like, here's what's going on here, and then okay, and go, and then you do the line, you know, like, oh man, I hope this was right. But that's why having a great director helps with that, because they put you in the scene of what's going on.
Well, you did a great job, because there's definitely moments where Sylvain's like emotional range gets like really tested, and like he's not just this guy who is this happy-go-lucky, like you know, rascal who like hits on women. There's definitely moments where he shows that he can be angry or can be sad, and like you did a really good job on like nailing his range there. So
thank you so much.
My pleasure, man. It was a great performance.
Thank you so much. He's definitely complex. Like he's got some issues, but that makes it more fun, you know. And I think a lot of the fans were really receptive to that. From what I read, is like that he wasn't kind of, they didn't just cookie cutter the stereotypical. Was it Sane or something? Was another past character? They're like, he's gonna be another Sane, and then like, oh no, he's actually not just a skirt chaser. He has some dark brooding moments and some, you know, complexity and depth. Yeah.
So guys, that was the interview portion. Now we're gonna get into the trivia. So I'm first going to just change.
Okay, hang on. Let me just
get the thinking cap going.
Get ready for this here. Okay.
And we'll just hop into the next scene. So how it's gonna work, we have 11 clips and we're gonna play just the audio portion first. Joe, you have the ability to replay the audio clip if you like.
Okay.
So we're gonna hit play for clip number 1.
You'd really say something like that to a handsome guy like me? I'm crushed. Joking aside, may I join you? I only came out here so I could train too.
That's Ingrid.
That is Ingrid.
Yes. Okay.
Reading the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
It cut out.
Oh, it did?
Wait, did it end at that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Yes, that's where it cut out.
Okay. Studying.
Who studies a lot?
It's Dorothea. It's gotta be, right?
Is that your final answer?
Wait, no, it's Annette. Annette.
Is that your final answer?
Annette's always studying. It's gotta be Annette.
Okay, we'll see.
Hitting the
you got it!
Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Called it.
Alright.
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
Tell you what, all will be forgiven if you promise 3 things. Stop lying, take responsibility, and fall madly in love with me.
I know that line. But who is it? It's Leonie.
Leonie?
Because I remember this scene is about somebody, about the books. Like she kept books, but I think it's oh man.
Yeah, Leonie is like the tomboyish girl character.
Yeah. It's not Leonie. Who stole the books? Oh man. Oh, it's the pink-haired girl. Why can't I remember? Oh man, she's got pink hair. Wait, can't remember her name. I feel really bad. Lysithea?
No.
What color hair does Lysithea?
She has white colored hair.
She has white colored hair? Oh man.
She's friends with Claude.
I know.
Starts with an H.
Starts with an H. I don't know. I got it wrong. I can't remember.
Well, we'll give you half a point because it's Hilda.
Hilda.
Stop lying. Take responsibility.
Okay, fair enough.
Fall madly in love with me.
Aw, Sylvain.
I remember that scene though. Yeah, she stole books and Sylvain's calling her out.
Yeah, she would not return those books.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I couldn't remember Hilda. Okay.
2.5.
All right. Now I'm scared.
Want you for a husband.
A chance to spend time with a sweet girl like yourself? It's a pleasure. Your voice like birdsong, your eyes clear as diamonds. But above all, I'm drawn to your kind and loving heart.
I don't remember. I've never even heard that line. I've never heard that line. Can you play it one more time?
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that's jokes.
A chance to spend time with a sweet girl like yourself? It's a pleasure. Your voice like birdsong, your eyes clear as diamonds. But above all, I'm drawn to your kind and loving heart.
Kind and loving heart. Is it Mercedes? Mercedes?
It is someone who is very close to the church.
Isn't that? Oh, maybe I'm getting her wrong. I thought it was the one that has the kind of the higher pitch wispy voice. I thought her name was Mercedes.
She is a character. She is in this trivia, but that is not Mercedes.
Oh man, I don't know.
I
don't know that line.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
She loves fish.
She loves fish.
Trying to think of things you might have seen on like memes on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going through all the Twitter memes now. Oh. Wait, is Byleth? It's not. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't know. I give up.
I'll give you one more hint. She has emerald green hair.
So isn't that Byleth?
She has.
Not the protagonist.
She has emerald green hair, likes fish, and she isn't actually part of a house.
So, is it Flayn?
Yeah, it is Flayn.
I didn't even know. I thought I only had like one conversation with Flayn, and because she told me to like get lost or something.
That was so okay. You actually have 2 conversations with Flayn.
Okay. Well, one of them I remember. Isn't there one where I'm like supposed to tell her to go somewhere, and like I'd say that I'll walk ahead so she doesn't have to walk near me.
Yeah.
Like her brother hates me.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that was the end of the C support with Flame, where he's like, I'll like walk away so he doesn't look like I'm following you type thing. And yeah, Sedith does not like him, as you've seen with the thumbnail of the video.
That's hilarious. I did not know that.
That's okay. So we are 2.5 for 4. Okay.
A chance to
and this is the
spend time
scene
with a sweet girl like yourself. It's a pleasure. Your voice like birdsong, your eyes clear as diamonds. But above all, I'm drawn to your kind and loving heart. I am a captive to your charms, Flayn.
I hear that very frequently. Thank you.
Yeah,
wow.
I guess a girl as cute as you would get a lot of compliments.
All right,
you are a beautiful girl in your own right. Yes, that is a statement with which I agree. I am ever so terribly sorry for being so rude, my lady. How can I ever make this up to you?
This is Leone, because he wasn't ever hitting on her, and then she called him out on it. I know that.
Yeah, that is Leone for sure.
Yep.
And this is the scene.
You are a beautiful girl in your own right. Yes, that is a statement with which I agree.
Yes,
I am ever
that
so
is a
sorry
statement
for
with
being
which I
so
agree.
rude, my lady. How can I ever make this up to you?
Hang on, back up. Don't get the wrong idea.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Leone. You said it here. Joe said it here.
Yeah.
Joe Brogie, big fan. All right, here we go.
So, what do you say? Will you write more? Why don't we talk literature over some tea?
That might be a tough one.
I know that one.
Oh.
I just don't remember the character's name, so just don't give me any clues. Oh, because that's the one that he found her book.
Yeah.
And like was like, hey, I found this and it's great. She was like, this is the shy girl.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Bernadetta?
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
Okay.
Nice.
So many names. So many names to remember.
Nice, dude. Okay.
Okay.
That puts you at 3.5 for 5, I think.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. And this is the scene.
So, what do you say? Will you write more? Why don't we talk literature over some tea?
I like her like hood thing that she's got going on underneath there.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It very much fits her personality.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, you're out to humiliate me. Very clever, but I'm not falling for it.
Okay, here we go.
I won't lie, I do enjoy beholding women, but I don't mean it like that with you. I know I sound like a dope. I think you're special.
I have no. I do. Okay, do it again.
Okay.
I do enjoy beholding women.
I won't lie, I do enjoy beholding women, but I don't mean it like that with you. I know I sound like a dope. I think you're special.
I'm just by process of elimination, this is the only thing I can think of, is that it's Mercedes.
Is that your final answer?
But I have no I have no memory of that clip either.
Okay.
Don't know.
Let's play.
I don't know.
Let's play. Hey!
Enjoy beholding you. But I don't mean it like that with you. I know I sound like a dope.
Yeah, that was
Just-
okay. Great.
I think you're special.
I think you're special. God, Sylvain.
Clumsy.
What a loser.
Is that why you can't take your eyes off me?
All right, so that puts you at.
Oh, I never saw her with her short hair.
Oh, you never saw the post time skip
I
design?
don't think I did. I don't think I did.
Oh, it's like literally one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
She looks real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks real good.
Real good.
Okay.
Sylvain would approve. All right, here we go.
You need a guy like me. Somebody who sees your beauty and appreciates how tender you are, emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
The head
Do it
shake.
again.
Okay.
You need a guy like me. Somebody who sees your beauty and appreciates how tender you are, emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
Who's left?
We've said every single female character. Oh man. Oh. Wait. Who has the blue hair? Lysithea? Is that Lysithea? Okay, 'cause
Lysithea has white hair.
Lysithea has white hair. I think it's. And then there's another one that has it, and then there's another like shorter blue hair person. And who's that? Can you tell me that?
That's
Can you
so.
tell me-
I'll give you the names of the rest of the girls here.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
So
This is cheating. But...
you have.
Go for it.
We have Lysithea, Marianne, Dorothea, Manuela, and I think that might be it.
Manuela, Dorothea, Lysithea,
And Marianne.
and Marianne.
There's probably some more there, but
Marianne. Why can't I remember Marianne? What is? Oh man. I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark and say it's Lysithea.
Lysithea.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
You need a guy like me. Somebody who sees your beauty
Oh no.
and appreciates how tender you are,
It's
emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
Manuela, isn't it?
It's Manuela.
Even when you don't mean what you say. I'm going to change, so shoot, okay?
Sure, I can take a hint. Messed up, Manuela.
Missed it.
Okay. Yeah. Had no idea.
Okay, so next one.
Okay.
You're amazing. You're true to yourself. You know what you want and who you are. Not a lot of girls I know can say that.
I hate you. Such a small clip. Play it one more time.
Okay.
You're amazing. You're true to yourself. You know what you want and who you are.
Oh.
Not a lot of girls I know can say that.
Wait, that's the younger girl.
Yeah.
That's the younger
You said
girl.
her name a couple times already.
I've said her name a couple times. It's Lysithea.
Final answer?
Is that the younger girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Lysithea. Did I get it?
You're amazing.
We're about to
You're
find
true
out.
yourself. You know what you want and who you are. Not a lot of girls I know can say that.
So it is
Hey.
that's to blame for you breezing over
Is
my
she the
issues.
younger one?
Yeah. She's
Okay.
Yeah, she's like the youngest in the
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I think you're really great and you're cool and you've got your stuff together, and she's not taking it, right? Isn't
No.
that one of those scenes? That's not the scene?
No, that is. Yeah, that is the scene. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard a story once about a beautiful maiden who was locked up in a monastery day and night. She was held prisoner by her own fear of the outside world. Then a brave knight set the girl free and took her to town, where they drank tea and talked for hours.
Nope.
So, my fair maiden,
This has got to be. Tell me who we have left again. Okay, so we have. Oh, no. It's not Dorothea. Who else do we have left?
We have Dorothea, Marianne, and I think someone else.
Marianne. I don't even remember Marianne. I can't remember Marianne. I'm gonna say Marianne
You're gonna say Marianne?
because I don't remember. Yeah, I don't even know what Marianne looks like.
Okay.
I heard a story once about a beautiful maiden who was locked up in a monastery
yes.
day and night. She was held prisoner.
I remember now
by her
because
own
this is
fear
the
of
one
the
that he
outside world.
teaches her how to smile.
Then a brave
Yeah.
took her to town, where they drank tea and
But
talked
who is
for
it?
hours.
Is it Marianne?
So, my fair maiden,
Please.
It is
Don't
Marianne.
waste your time.
Man.
Besides, my adopted
Okay.
father requested that I not
Dang,
stray
I'm
too
not doing
far
very
from the
well, man.
monastery.
Yeah, you are. You got only like 2.5 wrong.
I was so confident at the beginning. I'm like, these are all easy. And then,
Well, you're passing. Like, you've
Marianne.
guaranteed passed.
okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Say, Sylvain wasn't that good of a student, but he was secretly smart.
He was
And I'm
secretly
just
smart.
Actually dumb.
I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And
Yeah.
I'd absolutely win you over.
This is
Though,
Dorothea.
I'd much rather win you over now and be with you until you become an old grandma.
Yeah, this is Dorothea.
Yeah.
I feel like those two were
Even if you were
destined
an
for
old
each other,
grandma,
personally.
I'd still flirt with you.
Yeah? You ship them?
Yeah.
Absolutely win you over.
Ooh, I would.
Though, I'd much rather win you over now and be with you until you become an old grandma.
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Aw.
Aww.
Young love.
Young love. So, that's actually it. So, I guess your total score was 8.5
Okay.
out of 11?
Okay.
That's not bad, man. That's not
I'll
bad.
take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
You
Could've been
passed.
way worse.
Joe, I just want to say I really appreciate you coming on and
course.
spending some time to chat with me and hang out. It was really fun and definitely an
This was so
honor to
fun.
meet you for sure.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Oh man, it was great. So guys, Joe's social media stuff, his YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram are going to be linked down below. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Well, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Anything you want to
Cool.
end up with, Joe?
Hey, I just gotta say, all the fans are just like kind of overwhelmingly cool and hilarious. So, just all the Twitter people, I appreciate you guys. It's just been really fun since it came out. So, thank you so much.
All right, guys. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.